Hello, I'm Sarah Orton. I work for the Federation of Independent Retailers, and this is the Fed Talks. In our previous podcast, we were joined by Ilan Hepworth, Managing Director at JISP, who spoke about the company, how it can help our members, and JISP's partnership with the Federation. Today we are joined by Nisa's Sales Director, Steve Leach, who's going to explain the benefits of joining the symbol group, Nisa's new Nisa Express store format, and the support that the company offers its retailers. Good afternoon, Steve. How are you?
Really well, Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Some retailers may be concerned that rebranding to a Nisa fascia will require a lot of work, and it may seem quite scary and expensive. What do Nisa do to make that change easier and more manageable?
Well, the first thing I would do is to reassure everybody it's not scary, and it's very flexible from a cost point of view. So we've got a dedicated support team that would help anybody who would be thinking of joining every step of the way. Last year, we had 624 stores that joined, and we could really help by connecting in NFRM members who've made the leap to try and reassure them. And obviously, Phil Jaggard, who was a very active part of the Nisa team, has joined NFRN and can talk it through. And now that he's joined your business to be able to share. But we've got a dedicated support team that would help every step of the way, and there'd be a recruitment manager that would help sign up new partners into the business. We've now launched a new induction team where we've got a dedicated small group of people that would help new retailers in their first 100 days trade with Nisa. And then going forward, after the 100 days, there are regional managers who would help on a day-to-day account element. And we've got store development managers that would help if there was any refit or format work that would need to do. But the key element or the key word here is flexibility. The retailers joining Nisa can choose whether they trade under a Nisa fascia, whether they trade under their own brand, or whether they're dual branded. And it's very flexible in terms of choosing what's best for the retailer. And we've also just relaunched our simplified terms and conditions called Fresh Rewards, which make us a lot easier to do business with. And that information is available, as is all of the testimonials, on our Nisa Locally website. If anybody wants to find out more details, it is nisalocally.co.uk for more info.
Brilliant. Thank you, Steve. So Nisa launched the new Nisa Express store format last autumn, aimed at retailers operating in smaller spaces. Can you tell us a bit more about your latest format, please?
Yeah, of course. So we're really excited with this one. This launched last year for us, and this is Nisa Express is designed for stores that are under 1,000 square foot. And we know that 3 in 5 of all independent C stores are actually of 1,000 square foot or under. We launched our first site with the Ascona Group, which are a new key account that joined the business last year. And there's a new forecourt. And we've got 3 flavors, if you like, of Express. Food centric, which is really focused on the sort of on the go meal for tonight and vending solution. There is the forecourt example, which we've trialed with Ascona. And then there is an essentials variant, which is really for neighborhood retailers. But I guess it just sort of highlights the flexibility of the Nisa model, whereby if you're trying to work out what range to put in there and how to design the 1,000 square foot, the store development team would help you work out what's the best for your location. But it's got off. We've got lots of interest. We've got a lot more new stores that are opening up soon. But it'd be perfect for stores that are NFRN members.
Perfect, thank you. We understand that Nisa's product range is quite expansive. How does that work in the smaller format of a Nisa Express, and what do they stock or not stock?
So you're right about the range. It's something that we're really proud of. And every Nisa partner, regardless of size, store and shape, has got access to 13,000 branded lines and 2,500 co-op lines. And the co-op own label is one of our real strong USPs. There's a lot of festive lines. We've got a vegan range in Grow, and we've got an award-winning MPD line of Evergreen coffee, which is really good and very high margin. So The benefit is, again, it's the retailer's choice. We will support that. We've got a category management team that sits within the format team that has a large number of planograms that are available. And it's really, we would give the advice and support by category in terms of and size of store, what should be a credible range of branded and co-op own label. The really good things is that, again, from a flexible point of view, we are aligned with the co-op promotional program now. So a lot of the meal deals and the £5 freezer deals and super savers that you'll see advertised in the co-op are equally available to Nisa partners, which has gone down really well, particularly when we're trading through the recession and the pandemic, and value is really key. So we've got the flexibility, we've got the skill and expertise to support, but importantly, it's up to each individual retailer who'll know their customer base and their demographic really well to work out. And what we'll do is, from an ongoing account management point of view, is keep reviewing the success of the store and how it's doing, and doing peer-to-peer comparisons to try and identify how we can grow people's business. But the stores that have converted so far, last year we saw a double-digit increase from stores that traded into the Nisa fascia. And that was a combination of the category management and the co-op own label. On average, saw a 12% improvement in sales, which is incredible given the current climate.
Brilliant, thank you. So how is Nisa helping its partners to meet changing market trends, such as consumer demand for more sustainability, or the growing importance of technology, such as shopping apps and the increased expectation of home deliveries, etc.?
Well, home delivery through the pandemic has been one of the fastest growing parts of the market, with a lot of people choosing to go online. So Nisa have partnered up with all of the main players, Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Snappy Shop, and we've got a few retailers that are now trialing with GISP. And that's a great example of our model. So it's not one size fits all. Each of those delivered services have got their own strengths and pros and cons. And we're working across the market to try and make that easier for Nisa retailers to take advantage of delivered services. I think this is going to be one part of the pandemic that's going to have a lasting revolution in terms of how people trade with C-stores going forward. So we're definitely very active in that space. But sustainability and waste is also really important. So we've got a number of retailers that have just installed some zero waste refill hubs to try and reduce the amount of packaging in store, which is definitely very important and our message at the moment. We've got our own EPOS Evolution, which is now, we've got a promotion that's now multi-lane free service to retailers, but we've also got an opportunity to have weighing scales in there to try and take out, again, more packaging within store. We're also working very cleverly with Too Good To Go, which is the app which is making food waste really reduce in store. We've got over 100 retailers that have worked well with them. And from an app point of view, we've got a mobile app for Nisa retailers who can do all of their ordering and interact with Nisa on the go wherever they are. And that was downloaded last year and has got over 1,200 people using that. And it's a good example of the flexibility of the model. So there's lots more innovation coming. Our point of difference is making sure we're connecting into Nisa retailers so that we can help them choose who the best partner is when they're deciding how they want to grow their business into that technology and innovation space.
Thank you. The structural and cosmetic changes to the store are obviously just part of the change process. Can you please tell us what support retailers can expect to receive from the Nisa team when it comes to business development, category management, training for store staff, marketing, EPOS, and so on?
Well, there's a real end-to-end solution that we've got a really strong team that we've just increased and invested in last year. So the regional managers will be there to support partners every step of the way and connect them to all the different teams within Nisa that can help, whether that's format and development, category management. We've got a team of fresh food development managers who will really focus on fresh. We've got the store development team. You've talked about marketing. Marketing is a really good example. And if you have a look at a lot of our USP on social media, we've got a very, very strong PR team who supports partners on how to excel themselves using social media on Facebook, Twitter, and all of the different channels. And it's a really good way of trying to find out more information about Nisa. If you have a look at the hashtag We Say Nisa or Join Nisa, you'll get an awful lot of information about the business. But really have a look at the website, nisalocally.co.uk. It's got loads of partner testimonials and answers an awful lot of questions that we've covered today, including our Fresh Rewards, which is the new terms package, which has gone live, which makes it even easier to join and grow your business, and with a simpler rebate structure that we're very excited about bringing to market. It's been a long time coming, but we're very pleased with it now it's landed.
Brilliant. Thanks so much for joining us, Steve, and thank you. And thank you to our audience for listening. In the next episode of the Fed Talks, we will be joined by Nestlé to find out more about the retail giant. In the meantime, be sure to follow us on our social media channels by searching the handles in the description box below. Thanks again, and see you all next time.